on the floor as a little indication that bed can also be a yoga mat. I like to sleep a couple hours every night on the yoga mat. It's really good for the posture and for the spine. Highly recommend it. A little share. Now let's go over to the mat. Just do a few gentle things. Today will be a short sequence. I have the microphone working, thankfully. So we'll first start off with essentially what I call up, down dog on the wall. So legs spread about shoulder distance, arms up at about 45 degrees. Just drop your head down, push back on the hips, slide the hands until you get a nice arch here in the lower back. All the breathing through the nose. Deep inhale and exhale, and just feeling that belly. You'll feel an extra sort of pronounced arch or back bend here. Try to keep your arms as straight as possible. Pushing back on those heels. Now pushing back on the hips a little further. Opening the backs of the legs. So this is actually a very stable position, just nice right after getting out of the bed. But it activates a lot of parts of the body all at once. It's a good starting point here. And now we'll just transition here directly, almost to what I would call Sphinx on the wall. So taking the forearms, bring the elbows, make sure they're parallel, not out to the side. So you have like a little rectangle here. And adjust the feet, and then just lower the hips forward so you feel some activation there in the calves. And you can step back a little bit further. Make sure you have a yoga mat if you're on a slippery surface with socks. And just then activating further the heels. This feels really nice. Again, sort of a supported sphinx on the wall. And now you can lift up the head, deep inhale. Again, get that pronounced back arch again. Stay here for another breath. And now coming down, lift, lower the chin, inhale. Stepping forward. And from here, we'll do a counter. So you can put your back just a little bit against the wall here. This is a nice way to go. And I'm going to actually turn on the other light. I see a lot of shadow here. So not so nice, so much light early in the morning, but I do want to be visible for the camera here. So you can place your feet, let's see, just the yoga mat if necessary. What happens when the yoga mat's in bed? Okay, so get it just there against the wall if it's not already. This is wall yoga. So you want to just have your heels about half hand distance or palm distance away from the wall. Reaching up to the sky. Deep inhale. Capture the elbows. Get your lower back glutes just against the wall there for support as you're going down for your first forward bend for the morning. Tuck the belly. Keep the legs together. Hoodie optional. And just let yourself fall forward with gravity. Stay here for a couple breaths. Remember, none of these poses or techniques that we're doing this morning, you should be rushing. This is a wake-up sequence. So you want to let your body become more supple. Use the breath to get into each posture position a little bit longer. And now when you're ready to come out of this, do it safely. So bend the knees, bring the hands to the hips, and just inhale, slowly, slowly coming up. Separate the feet a little bit there. And just make a nice exit. Okay, from here, we'll do something for the shoulders. So take your hands, or one hand, turn it all the way down. Everybody's seen this one here, sideways. But put your fingers facing towards the floor, palm completely flat, and then just stepping away. Activates even more the forearm, just be careful. And again, maintain the palm completely flat there. You'll feel a lot of activation there on the shoulder, and the forearm. You just turn your feet ever so slightly together, The shoulder comes across, opening the heart. Close your eyes, a couple breaths here. And now, exhale, release. Carefully bring the fingers back. Maybe you're just flicking the fingers like you have water on them. Get the circulation going there before doing the other side. I'm going to turn my back to the camera. There's no other real option here. Just show this side. So just turn the fingers again. Palm completely flat there against the wall. And just turning yourself, shoulders, hips, the other direction. And do it slowly so you can open the forearm and the wrist there. And a bit of the shoulder. You want to keep yourself perpendicular to the floor, standing. Keep the chin up for a good breath, deep belly breathing. And now, exhale, release. Bend the hand, come around, and flicking. Get the circulation going there in the fingers. And now we'll do something here for the hips. I did this one the other day if you were watching on the short. So one hand on the wall, right hand for example, left hand. Capture that right foot. Bring the heel up as far as you can. And then just guiding that knee to the floor. If you want to go a little bit further with this one, make sure obviously you don't have a blanket or a yoga brick in front of you. You can go a little bit further with this one using the wall as well. Just staying here and sliding the forearm down wherever you're comfortable. This accentuates. It's actually another yoga posture, but it accentuates the activation there on the hip. And by using the wall on the side of the arm there, the forearm and the elbow, you can kind of control a little bit more the movement and how far you go, how deep you go with this pose. Now, if you're here, you definitely want to come out carefully. The first thing to do is just bend that knee, the foot on the floor, and just hold on to the wall. Inhale, breath, and coming up. Now the other side will repeat. And again, you stay standing, that's fine. On this side it will. Stay standing for a moment longer. So again, bring the heel up, hand to the side for support. And just with the exhale breath, guiding this knee down towards the floor, activating the hip here. And now if you want to go that extra step, I'll do it so strange way for the camera here, but you should be parallel to the wall, a little bit easier. So exhale breath, just going down, using the hand, in my case, back the glute a little bit for support. Go to the fingertips, for example. See where you are with this one. Belly tuck. Keep the leg that's on the mat straight and locked. And make sure your heel doesn't slip. It stays on there on the quad. You'll feel a lot more activation here on the hip. And when you're ready to get out of this one, you can bend the knee on the leg or the foot that's on the floor. Bend. Use the wall. And coming up, inhale breath. Okay, so for last thing here, we will do a twist. So using the wall again for the hips of support, the dynamic twist, and so we'll actually be with a little bit of movement here. This is a just forward bend, exhale breath with one hand down the mat, and inhale coming back up to center. So you have the wall here for support. If you need it, you just touch it lightly. I wouldn't use it for complete support, but it's there. Looking up at the hand. That's an exhale breath as you're going down. Try to get the hand completely flat. If you don't quite reach the floor, you want to maintain the spine in alignment. Just use the yoga brick. This maintains the spine perpendicular to the wall. So stay here for a couple rounds. And now inhale, coming back up to center, hands on the hips, bend the knees a little bit. Remember, it's first thing in the morning, so you want to go gentle and slow. Now hands out to the side again. And exhale breath. Just twisting, lower yourself down. If you need the brick, use the brick there. Looking up at the sky. If you're okay without the brick, just lower the hand down all the way. But make sure you keep those hips back and legs are locked. Get the full activation here. Stay for a couple breaths. And again, to get out of this, carefully bend the knees, bring the hands to the hips. Inhale breath so you don't get dizzy. Coming up. And there we go. Okay, so last thing we'll do, I see a few people who joined, so make a fun to finish here. This one is using the wall for a twist. Hopefully I fit in the camera for this one. It's kind of a little more advanced, but you can do this in the morning if you have the balance and the shall we say, urge to try it. So foot facing forward, the one that's on the back. This foot's here on the wall. You want to be parallel with this leg here, reaching up into the air. Deep inhale and exhale breath. Just the fingertips capture the outside edge of the foot there. And now turning, twisting, looking behind you. It might not be in the camera in my hand, but the palm is facing down and the gaze is over the tops of the fingers that are behind me. So stay here for a couple breaths. Enjoy it. And now, bending the knee, exhale, release. Place the two hands there, safely coming out of it. And now we'll go for the other side. So again, the back foot perpendicular to the floor, facing towards the wall. This foot flat, reaching up high as you can, deep inhale. Exhale breath. Fingertips going to the edges outside of the foot. And carefully balance. Twisting, looking back. Gaze going over the tops of the fingers. And just staying here for a couple breaths. Always challenge yourself in these poses. Closing your eyes. Sit where you are. And now, exhale, release. Hands to the hips. Bend the knee and then use the hands against the wall there. And just release safely. So now we'll go for what I like to call power shavasana. So this means taking the yoga mat, or yoga mats in my case, and using them to lay down with the legs against the wall, staying with the theme here. Okay, so thing to do is definitely always have yoga mat a little bit higher up the lip of the wall or the border so you don't get cold on the base of the spine. You want to scoot as close as you can to the wall. And once you're here, hang down, straighten the legs, and hands to the side, palms facing up. Today we'll do something for the hips. I like this one. I sort of call it the butterfly shavasana. So you have your soles of your feet touching, hands are pressing forward. You don't have to use a strong force, just the counter position against the elbows is enough. And close your eyes and relax. So you get the benefit here of an inversion while we're getting the reset of the Shavasana and the back flat on the mat. And now when you're ready, bring the knees together. Lower yourself off to the left-hand side. We're activating the body. Use the two hands as a pillow. Stay here just for a moment. Deep belly breath. Recalibrating, resetting. And then using two hands, inhale, coming up. And our feet are crossed here. Hands to heart. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining this morning. And see you soon. I'll be trying to do some additional things today in the yoga shala, so please check back on the channel. Have a great day. Namaste.